Hi everyone, it's Louise from Lulu Purple. Today I'm going to be showing you some mixed media art journal pages. So first of all, I'm going to use an A4 piece of stamping card and I'm using my Mode Lawn Distress Paint. I'm going to use a brayer to add the paint to my card. I'm using my heat tool to heat set this page. I then use my Spiced Marmalade Distress Paint with my brayer and do exactly the same thing, putting the paint onto the card. Again, I heat set this page with my heat tool. I then move on to Mustard Seed Distress Paint and use my brayer in the same way to apply the paint to the card. Moving on, I have cut my card into two pieces and I'm going to use the Deco Art Teal Metallic Paint through a Tim Holtz stencil called Harlequin, and I'm going to use a piece of cut and dry to do this. I'm now going to use the Deco Art Berry Metallic Paint and I'm using a stencil called Honeycomb, and I'm using my cut and dry foam in the same way to apply the paint to the page. Once the paint has all dried, I then move on and use my gesso, which I will water down a little bit, and I apply this with my brayer over the top of the painted layers. Using the gesso like this will just knock back the brightness of the colour. Once again, I am going to use my heat tool to heat set these layers. Next, I am going to use the background stamp called Daisy Daisy from Creative Expressions, and I'm using my archival ink Sunflower. I'm just using the middle part of the stamp as I don't want a whole impression, and I'm just randomly stamping this over the page. I am now going to be using the stamp set EEG 15 from Paper Artsy Stamps. I am now going to be using my Fern Green archival ink. For the words, I'm going to be using my Jet Black archival ink. I am now using my Tiger Lily archival ink. am now going to use my potting soil archival ink, and I'm going to use my blending tool through a stencil called Dot Fade by Tim Holtz. I'm now using my Fairy Flutterby stamps just to add the detail to the background. And now I'm just using my black archival ink to give the edges a bit of a border. So moving on to the stamp sets that I've just been using, they are the Fairy Flutterfly. So these stamps come unmounted. You can either use your U-mount, which is the grey foamy stuff, or you can use a temporary spray adhesive to stick your rubber stamp to your block. This one is the Sheena Douglas Rocker Block, and I'm using my Jet Black Versafine or Onyx Black Versafine ink. I'm going to stamp each image at least 3 times so that when I come to colour them in, I can use one as a practice before going on to the best one. To clean up, I am using the Stick Away spray. Now these sprays I can only sell in my shop. I am not allowed to send them through the post via Royal Mail, as they are on the harmful product list. I'm going to be using my Derwent Colour Soft pencils to colour in these images, and I thought I'd show you how to sharpen your pencil. So this is the long point pencil sharpener, and as you can see, I'm keeping the pencil still and moving the sharpener around the pencil. This will help to stop any breakages along the lead of the pencil. Here I'm using a Graph Master pen that is a skin tone to colour in the skin of my Fairy Flutterfly. I'm now going to use my Derwent Colour Soft pencils over the top of this Graph Master pen. This will add some more shadowing and dimension to the face. So on her cheeks I'm using a pink colour, and I'm going to use my paper stamp with my blending fluid to blend out the colour of her cheeks. The blending fluid that I am using is called Cestit, and this is only available in my shop and not on the website, as it is not allowed to be posted as it is deemed a harmful product. So moving on to her dress, as you can see on the right hand side, I've practiced this already, and I'm just using a light purple just as a base layer to go over the whole of the dress. I then use my darker colour to add the dimension and the shadowing. I then use a medium purple to blend this out and go over the top with the lightest purple. And now I'm using my paper stump with my blending fluid to smooth out all the colour. I then move on to the scarf and do the same with 3 colours of green, and I will now put on some music so you can sit back and watch the process. I then cut all the images out and I use my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to stick down these images onto my background card. I then use a Coloursoft pencil just to ground my little fairy flutterfly people. So here I'm just going to use a Unipin pen just to draw on this little boy antennae. So here I have used some black card just to mount my work so that it gives it a bit of a pop. I am now going to use my diamond stickles to add a bit of glitter to my little people's butterfly wings. And that is this project all finished. If you would like to buy any of the products I have used in this video, they will be listed on my website blog post. I will leave a link in the description box below this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Links to my website, Facebook and more will be in the description box below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you got inspired. Bye for now.